surrounding us, listening to them bicker like siblings, scare each other with pranks, laugh together, watch them grow up, and watching them take care of our guests. Now I find comfort when we're together because we're here for each other in our darkest moments. Over the past year, I have watched and listened as each of them has cared for one another, just like a true family. They have made my heart smile in ways that they will never know. We have talked about love so much in the last 365 days. We have talked about how Orlando is love and how love will prevail and how love is stronger than hate. And something that goes hand in hand with love is family. So while our Pulse family has been together for 12 years, and some stand behind me who were original managers who have come back and came back 365 days ago, and they came back today to stand with us. But now our Pulse family includes each and every one of you. It includes our 49 families that we welcome with us, each and every survivor, everyone in Orlando, and everyone across the world. As I say all of this about family, I think about the stories of our community, and I know you've heard them some tonight. I think of the families of our victims, of our survivors, and especially those who did not know their child was gay. During this year, I have seen some of the best of human nature. I have heard the stories of people taking survivors in when their families would not care for them. I have seen friends of victims care for and support mothers whose hearts are forever broken. I have seen some survivors find a voice to help change legislators and hearts. I have seen churches open their doors. I have seen hearts changed. And I have seen a community join together to make a day of love and kindness. So here and around the world, we will never forget the lives that were taken from us and the trauma that Orlando has suffered. I think you may have heard this story before, but long before Pulse opened, when we were building, our project was shut down. And there was a church who thought we were just too close to them, and they didn't really want a gay bar near them. So we worked things out, and things got opened, and obviously we've been there for 12 years. After the tragedy, I would visit the memorial site at Pulse, and I saw this white cooler at the end of the memorial site, and people were writing on it, but every time I would go there, it was full every day with Gatorades and water, ice cold. No matter what time of day I went there, I just kept thinking, who's bringing this water? Who's filling this cooler? And it took me months. So one day I finally saw a car pull up next to it, and I ran over there, and I just said, "Are you filling this cooler? Where are you from?" And she said, "We're from the church down the street." So, I think it's important for all of you here and those listening from wherever know that Pulse thanks you for being our response. Everyone talks about how Orlando responded. You are those responders. You stood in line to give blood. You handed out water bottles, and you showed up everywhere and anywhere that anyone needed you. We want to thank you. More importantly, thank you for continuing to respond, and we pray that you never stop because we need you. I've spent this year doing my very best to care for the temporary memorial site, and what I have seen there alone is a true testament of love, not only from our city, but from around the country and around the world. The love and support has not stopped. It keeps showing up. This is how we know that there is more good than bad, that there is more love than hate. I've said this before today, and I'll say it again. I miss Pulse. I miss what it stood for, who we served, and how many people we helped. My heart is shattered that this hateful act against our community, and we've had to suffer through such trauma. The attack here at home was truly a global one, and people were being attacked for exactly just being who they were. I continually focus on what we can do to make sure that our victims are never forgotten, that our survivors and our first responders and every person who worked at the hospitals are cared for. No matter how much each of us is hurting, the depth of their pain, both emotional and physical, is something we, although affected, we could never grasp. People have asked me, just as they've asked you, Mayor, how is Orlando doing? And I tell them, we're all over that spectrum of healing. We're all in different places, but we are strong, and we are taking care of each other in our weakest moments. We are one large family. My mission is to make sure that a memorial that honors all of our affected and reflects what Pulse and every gay bar means to the world is constructed. I said it 6 months ago, and I'll say it again tonight. Where do we go from here? Forward. We go forward. We have made it through 1 year, and we will continue to move forward together. The people in Orlando rise up. They stay strong, and I believe together we will defeat hate. Thank you.